Hey friends, it's Courtney. I've got Phaedra and Nyx on the bed behind me. Welcome back to my channel Phyrra, where we talk about all things cruelty-free beauty, gothic fashion, and lifestyle. Today's video is going to be kind of a chatty video where I'm going to go through like my favorite makeup, my current favorite makeup products and tell you about them as I put them on my face. So I'm going to start with Supergoop's First Light. I love this and I've been using it as a primer. It's great for no makeup days. It's got like white gold shimmer, which I think looks perfect on me for just an all-over wash of color. Plus, I love the fact that it's SPF 35. Now, on my oily hooded lids, if I don't set this with a powder and just like leave it for like a no makeup look, by the end of the day, it's going to have some migration and wear, like I'm going to have creasing, but it's not terrible. So what I typically will do is just set it with my setting powder, and then it doesn't crease or fade. And for my eyeballs, I'm going to be using the Black Moon Cosmetics Black Metal Volume 1 palette. I love this palette. I'm using a short shader brush from Sigma, the E20, and I'm going to apply that purple color along my lower lid. The crease of my eye is here, so the skin is coming down past my waterline. So I'm going to kind of help create the illusion around it by slightly extending my eyeshadow shape past it. And then as you can see, like I created sort of like a V shape, and I'm going to fill in that part with the dark purple. And then I'm going to put this into the socket of my eye to work it the rest of the way through the crease. So basically I just followed the bone shape I just followed my eye socket to create that shape with the purple. And I'm going to be using the Tarte Chrome Paint Pot and Unleashed, which is like this purple, a lighter purple for the inner lid part. And I'm just using a Sigma Exact Blend brush, which is I think the E32, to apply that lighter, shinier purple. So obviously I fell in love with the Black Metals palette because of the fact that I'd been waiting for it for forever, and it has like all of these deep and rich jewel tones that I personally think that I look amazing in. And the reason that Tarte Chrome Paint Pot is included is that I've bought about 5 of them, and I get a lot of compliments when I wear them just because of their eye brightening effect. Like that's one of the things I really love is like the stuff that looks like it's lit from within when it's on the skin, because I just think that's beautiful. So that's kind of one of the things I like to go for, and these pots kind of give you that effect. Basically I'm just layering Abracadabra on top of the Tarte purple, helping to create our multi-dimensional purple look. I figured since I hadn't done one of these videos in so long, if I didn't do purple, y'all would kill me. So I'm switching to the Sigma E25, which is basically my go-to blending brush. And I'm blending along the bottom of the eye, and I'm going to kind of like drag the brush towards the tip of my tail, of my eyebrows. I'm blending this, and I'll clean it up later, but I want to help create, like that's the direction I want to go to help lift my eye. And then I'm working it through the crease, through the socket of the eye. Oh God, that just blends out so beautifully. Look at that. And then I'm going to be pulling out my Smashbox Crystalized palette to use, where is it at? To use this color right here, which is called You're Grounded. And it's basically my favorite light taupe color. I really desperately wish that Smashbox would make this as part of like a cheek duo with Heart Healer in there, which is like the pearlescent creamy color. Oh yeah, look at that. So I'm basically just applying that light taupe color as a transition shade here through my like eye, my crease area. And I feel like that just kind of like pulls it all together and makes it look really nice. I'm using a little bit of that taupey color along the bottom of the eyes. Oh, and this brush is just a fluffy brush from Real Techniques, and I want to say it's like a crease brush. But of course the font has like worn off, so I'm not really sure. And then I'm using the creamy shade that's also from the Smashbox palette to just clean up under my brows. And I definitely think I need to go back with another layer of that dark purple just to build it up a little bit at like the outer half of the lid. Yeah, outer half of the lid, and then the outer part of the lid. And then I'm just kind of working this back through the socket of my eye again, but I'm not going all the way over, maybe only halfway over. So if you have any fallout today like I do, use a little bit of makeup remover to clean it. I'm using Paula's Choice. I was apparently a messy person today and have fallout under both of my eyes. So I absolutely love these Lime Crime Bushy Brows brow pens, and that's what I'm going to use to kind of like sketch my brow, like to give myself a tail because I don't really have one. It doesn't grow there. Not sure why. My brows are like naturally really, really sparse, in my opinion. So I'm basically just drawing in a couple little strokes here and there throughout my brows before I switch to the brow gel. And I kind of like this product so much because it's really goof proof. Even though it's their darkest color, it doesn't really, I don't know, I think it's because of how the formula works, but I don't feel like it makes it super obvious when you're filling in. And dude, some days I do it much better than other days. And I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Kush Brow Gel in, let's see, Cypher today. Kind of help hold the little hairs in place and make them look a little fuller. And I like to brush up with this product. I have it in two colors. I have it in Diesel and Cypher because I bought one thinking it was like the deepest cool color, and like I guess it had the wrong description on Sephora. And then when it got fixed and I happened to notice it, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to buy the other one because I really do want to have the cool toned option. But I like having the warmer option for whenever the tint that I get done on my brows grows out, because I get my brows tinted. My natural brows are like a medium brown that's really mousy, and they just kind of disappear into my skin, so I don't like them. I'm going to take this Delium Tools 787 brush and just lightly do little circles on my eye just to make sure everything is fully blended. And I'm highlighting under the brows with Smashbox Heart Healer from the Crystalized palette. And I put it on with the brush, and then I'm using my finger to just blend it out just so that, yeah, there we go. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to try to tightline. I have had the worst luck trying to do this lately. This is the Marc Jacobs Blacquer pencil. And I do feel like it does a good job sticking around in my waterline, but like getting that pencil in there so that I can get it on the waterline is just crazy. This will probably freak you out, but what I typically do, this will probably freak you out, but what I typically do if I can't get my eyes to cooperate is use a Q-tip to roll it back. And then color on. All right, so I struggled, but I was able to tightline my upper waterline with my Marc Jacobs Blacquer 42 pencil. The reason I like to use this pencil is that even though it doesn't have like a super creamy formula for making it glide across my upper waterline or whatever, what I do like about it is that it sticks really, really well and doesn't transfer to the lower waterline. For the lower waterline, I'm going to use the NYX Faux White pencil, and this color is called White Smoke. And it's like a light purple. And just like the tight lining, if you don't like putting eyeshadow or eyeliner on your lower waterline, you can skip it. I mean, do what makes you comfortable. I don't always do it. It depends on my mood. And like sometimes if my allergies are bad, there's like no way I'm going to be able to get it to last. But I really, really like the NYX pencils. I feel like the faux whites and the faux blacks are great for tight lining for a little bit of like either tight lining or putting in the lower waterline for like a little bit of color that works with like a monochromatic look without being too over the top. I'm going to try Sorrow from the Black Moon Black Metals palette, just a little bit at the outer corner to add some blue. And I'm using the Sigma E36. And then I'm switching to a clean Sigma E25 and just blending in the crease. So I'm just adding a little bit more of your Grounded on top of Sorrow and Immortal in the crease. I just felt like the crease needed a little bit more. It was not quite where I needed it. And I'm adding just a little bit more of the Tarte Unleashed purple. And then I'm going to go back with more of Abracadabra. I love purple so much. Okay, now that I've had all that fun playing with all of those purples, I got to clean up the fallout on my face again because I thought I was done with eyeshadow, but really I wasn't done. Okay, now that the eyes are like not all the way done, but mostly done, I can move on to the rest of the face. And I'm going to be putting my Danessa Myricks Prism FX Hydrating Lotion on my face. I love this stuff. If I want to go like foundation free, I will wear this out of the house. I will wear this by itself all over my face. It does make me shiny, but I have dry skin and I prefer to look like I'm glowing as opposed to like I'm matte and dry and shriveled up. So this is what it looks like all over my face. I love, love, love the Danessa Myricks Prism FX. This has been my holy grail basically for almost a year. When I first found it in, I think, September of last year at the makeup show, I fell in love with it and haven't looked back. I basically stopped using my Hourglass primer that I loved because I love this too much and it works with anything I want to use it with. I'm going to conceal a little bit under my eyeballs. And I basically like to use a smaller brush if I'm going to bring it around the eye to kind of carve out around the eyes. Basically, instead of using tape to get a more crisp line, I like either using makeup remover and cleaning it up or using concealer to clean up afterwards. It just seems like it's much gentler on my skin. So I got a new tattoo and it got infected, which is god-awful. If you've never had that happen, I hope it never happens to you. But only part of it got infected, so like it's mostly healed except for the one section, so I'm waiting for that to heal and I'm on antibiotics because the moment I noticed something wrong, I immediately contacted my tattoo artist, who then was like, go to the doctor. So I contacted my doctor. My doctor's like, here's antibiotics. And of course I'm going to put on the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Matte Foundation because yes, this stuff is awesome. And since I'm going for lighter coverage today, I am going to mix the Danessa Myricks into it. So I just take the two, mix it together in the back of my hand, and then paint it down the center of my face. And I use the Urban Decay optical blurring brush. So Rituel de Fille has been my complexion obsession lately with all of their cheek products. And I'm going to use the color Eros, which this is what Eros looks like, and a lot of people think this is going to be too dark, too brown, whatever, but it blends out beautifully because of the Rituel de Fille formula. So I'm using, this is an Eden Minerals brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit of contour or color with it. You can also just use your fingers if you'd rather do that. This is Eclipse, which is their black, and I'm going to use this to add some depth. This is a color I actually have not used before, but I wanted to play with it. So Nymph, which is like their blood red, has been my favorite blush lately just because it's so beautiful. And I'm going to try today to mix it together with Moon Pillar, which is like a highlighter, just kind of like a pearlescent pink. So I figured I'd play with those two colors and see what I could come up with. So I'm just basically playing with my fingers and the blush and this Huda brush that I bought that's like a double-ended brush, and trying to create like that little bit of glow on my cheek. And I actually really like how the glow is coming along. And I'm just going back with a little bit more Moon Pillar. You knew I wasn't gonna forget highlighter, so Milk Makeup Supernova is next on this list, and it's also a cream product. And I'm trying to get better with cream products, and I'm trying to use them more. And Rituel de Fille has really made me like them, and so has Milk. Milk Makeup has made me love their cream products. Now, you know this wouldn't be an accurate video if I didn't have Black Moon Cosmetics Catshark, still my favorite, like all-time favorite highlighter. So if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you will know that my all-time favorite highlighter is Black Moon Catshark. So of course I'm gonna add a little bit of Catshark to this too, even though I've been trying to be so good about using all the cream products. Next is my beloved Cozzette Beauty Essential Powder in C1. I love this powder. I use it to set everything. I use it to set my eyeshadow, set my face, set my concealer, and I love it because it's like this color right here, C1. It matches my skin tone perfectly. It's a cool yellow olive. It's great. So very, very happy with it. I'm going to use it right now. I really like that this powder has some sort of like I think like it's like a blurring ingredient, because I feel like it just softens like the fine lines around my eyes, and like I feel like I'm getting like lines in my forehead and I just feel like it helps to sort of soften that effect. And I am going to use the new NYX So Taupe. This is my newest current favorite, because I had picked this up whenever I first saw it launch, and I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of this with the Makeup Geek Chisel Cheek brush, like right here, just to add a little bit more depth to my skin. And I think because this has a little bit of shimmer to it, it makes blending easier. So if you're somebody who struggles with like getting your blend perfect, using a shade that has a little bit of shimmer is going to make it much easier on you. The next product I want to show you is the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray in Summer Solstice. I happen to love this scent. I actually bought this and then was really happy when later on I received it as a PR sample, because I was like, yes, I'm not going to run out. I especially like to use Urban Decay's All Nighter Spray if I decide to go the route where I'm going to set my entire face with a powder, because I feel like it just kind of helps make everything sort of meld together a little better. I'm going to put on my favorite mascara, which is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. And I'm going to revel in like how wonderful and long it makes my lashes look. And if you get mascara on your skin like I just did, don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Let it dry completely. And once it's dry, just use a Q-tip to pop it off. I love the Kush mascara because it's really easy to apply. It gives me volume with no effort. For my lips, I'm going to use the Lime Crime pencil in Dove. I really do like the Lime Crime pencils. Right now, probably my favorite pencils are either the Lime Crime pencils or the Melt pencils, and of course Urban Decay, who's been my favorite for years, and NYX. I love NYX. So this color is called Dove, and I'm using it just to outline my lips. That's it. For my lip color, it has to be a Black Moon color, because you know I'm obsessed with their lippies. So I'm actually going to wear Ghost. And I'm going to use Black Moon Luna on top of Ghost lipstick so that I have a little bit of extra sparkle. So I love the Black Moon Cosmetics Black Metal Lip Toppers, and I have all 3 of them, and I love the effect that they give the lips. Luna gives like this sort of, I don't know, like pink and blue and violet glow, and it actually matches Abracadabra in the pan, in my opinion, at least how it looks on the lips because of all the pink. All right, let me blend my eyes one final time, one more time, just to make sure. Okay, so let me zoom in so you can see the eye look up close. And I'm sure those of you who are much more skilled at putting on mascara than I am, you can get much better results if you do more coats, but I'm just happy with just 1 coat of the milk. I think it's so great. I had so much fun sharing my current cruelty-free favorites with you. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it, or tell me in the comments below. And if you didn't like this video, hit the thumbs down and tell me why you didn't like it. And now I bet you're wondering what to do next. My suggestion would be click up here to the little video that YouTube is going to suggest as the best video for you and watch that. See you in my next video.